Welcome, Scorpio, to your 19th through the 26th reading. Hope your friends are doing great out there. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, friends, let's see what's going on with you. This message coming out is new beginnings. We do have the Fool coming out, talking about the possibilities, having that new beginning coming out, new things going around you, new possibilities coming your way, new opportunities. Let's see what's going on. Clarifying on the Fool, please. Talking about that overall abundance, manifestation, and opportunities. Look at that. Knowing that you do have this promise that's coming towards you. So there is definitely something more promising coming through this new beginning. It does feel like it's a new beginning. You can feel that it's a new beginning. Getting prepared for this new beginning, having some progress and having a little bit of foresight to the situation, knowing that things are expanding for you, that things are getting better. However, they're getting better through the difficult decisions, through the situation. It feels like it's a little bit of a deadlock, and you could feel like you're at a little bit of a crossroads about the situation, but definitely knowing that through the difficult situations, I have to make this decision. So there is going to definitely be a decision to get to this new beginning. You do probably already feel that, that there is this opportunity, making this promise to yourself or to someone, knowing that you're making this progress. Having some teamwork. Where it does feel like you might have been the third wheel within a situation or feeling like you had the back seat, you can actually feel now that there is something that's building around you. This better opportunity that is, surrounding the situation. Let's clarify on Three of Pentacles. Having better teamwork. I like that. So if you felt like people at work are not your team players, you can feel like they're more team players now than they have been before. The celebration, the joy coming through, the homecoming over here. Feeling like you are exactly where you're supposed to be within your home, and the home is feeling more stabilized. Within the inspiration of the Page of Wands. So you can even feel like these ideas and these new discoveries are coming to you, and that there is more limited possibilities and potentials coming around that. But it's going to also make you feel a little more free-spirited when it comes to the situation. Feeling the divine love within the situation and more blissful relationships. So you can feel like the relationship is kind of harmonizing itself around you for the next couple of days. But going after those personal goals and inner alignment. But there is still a little bit of fear of the unknown because you kind of fear the change that's coming around you. So there could be also when you're in this area of making this difficult decision about where you're going, what you're discovering. You definitely can have a little bit of lack of planning because it feels like it just happened so fast, right? But this is the place where you can feel like you're, like you are getting more harmony through the situation. Let's go ahead and clarify on the Ace of Pentacles and figure out what this kind of promise and this new abundance is. Feels like your career is doing a lot better in that area. Although there is still a little bit of scattered energy coming around and a little bit of a delay. So where you might feel like, okay, this new possibility is coming out, someone around you might still be angry. Somebody is still delaying from coming towards me with passion. So you could feel like you got one area of your life that's doing very well, where the other area of your life, it still has some angry, somebody very angry. It could be a fire sign who does not give the passion where you want the passion. Over here, we do have the discipline coming into the situation. There is a mental clarity when it's coming to this new progress and expansion. But I think that the thing about the situation is that you're literally in a mental clarity to the situation. I'm telling you guys, this is two different situations going on. It's like my life over here in my career, we will say, take it how it resonates, is doing wonderful. My love life is still upside down. It's all over the place. I can't, it's like I keep swallowing my heart. You know what I mean? I can't get disciplined enough, but the honesty of the and the truth of the matter is that clearly I can see that I can go over here and do something wonderful, but this is not going to fix itself. This is not fixing itself. This person is still angry. This person is still mad. This person is still in delay to come towards me. But you do feel like it can't get any worse than this. So you do have resisting the inevitable. This is the difficult decision, knowing that this is not going to happen. The difficult decision, ooh, what is the difficult decision? Let's clarify on the difficult decision, because it's saying I can't resist, I can't resist this. This is the way it is. It can't get any worse than this, but it's almost like it's inevitable. The aggression, controlling. So it does feel like whoever you're with, it's inevitable that they're just going to continue to be upset, that this is not going to work, and there is definitely lack of control on their side, because it does feel like they want all the control. They want the control to, to cause conflict. Yep. There is definitely a diversity. There is no agreeing to the situation. So you have one beautiful new beginning on one side. But I think that, however the other new beginning is, you do know it can only go so far in one area. Limiting self-beliefs. Well, I have the teamwork and collaboration over here in what I'm building something better over here. Like I said, it could be the career, but with the person in my love life, it's saying there is limiting beliefs. This person is very critical of my thoughts. So they're very negative towards me, and they're not going to allow that. So the only thing that you can have acceptance to is that freedom. So for some of you, you might actually be leaving this relationship, or they may be leaving the relationship one way or another. Why? Because there comes to the idea and the acceptance that this is not changing around. So the celebration and the joy within the harmony of the home is actually just you meditating and having the realizations that the only way to really have a happy life over here is to disconnect. There is going to be a disconnect because they are so disconnected from you. So, and there it is again. Misunderstandings. So the only way it feels like to have the happy home at this time is to either leave the home, leave the situation, leave the love relationship, it's in the middle, or you're definitely just going to kind of hide out for a while, Scorpio, until things get back to, to normal, or waiting for things to get back to normal. So it's really just the withdrawal, go silent, kind of hide out until, your partner or your husband or your wife or whoever comes, back around, not so angry, wanting to actually talk about something, not just wanting to argue about something, or being in control of the situation, feeling inspired with the new ideas while you're in this kind of hermit mode, is feeling like you're blocked with creativity, feeling a little empty, having repressed emotions. I mean, look at this. I'm feeling like I'm drowning. So you're definitely going to feel like you're drowning, feeling like your energy is drained when it comes to them, and definitely dealing with a fire sign for some of you. Could literally be a Sagittarius or an Aries for a lot of you. So the blissful relationship and the true connection is actually coming through the support of yourself. It's actually because your personal transitions of the way you're doing things is you're saying, I have emotional baggage. The only way to get through this and make your own happiness, it's saying, is through it's leaving. It's saying I've had enough. But it does feel like there is like unfinished business to the situation. You're going to feel that emptiness to the situation. this person is just has, it's almost like you had high expectations to get past the fear and, really wanting to get to the 10 of cups, but the 10 of cups just never came. It's like, I want the blissful relationship, I want everything to work out, but it's just not doing, it's just not going there. They're definitely in resistance to the change. They don't want the change, but I also feel a little bit, Scorpio, like you're also resistant to wanting that change as well. Nobody really wants to say goodbye. Nobody really wants to argue. Nobody really wants to hide out, and wait for their partner to come back around. There's definitely, with this is your person, the fire sign, there's definitely some, you know, impulsiveness going on over here. And it's kind of like you're trying to play it safe, or you are kind of fearful of the unknown because you're not sure exactly how this is going to go down. Do I really have to leave? Do I really have to do what I need to do? What am I doing? But also on this side, you also have wishful thinking, choices, and searching for the purpose within the situation. Five of Cups, regret, failure, disappointment. It's the loss. I do believe that the person either will leave or you will leave for the higher good of the situation, knowing that you cannot salvage this. Feeling exhausted and giving up. There it is. Destroyed confidence. And it's almost like to the point to where they're destroying your confidence day in, day out, because they just do not want to, they do not want to change the situation at hand. They're grudging on a situation, and it's just making you feel overwhelmed. But I also believe that they might even also be in some kind of overprotective, I don't know, like you might be dealing with somebody who's very insecure and maybe they're overprotective of their own feelings. But it's definitely talking about the retreat for the peace. So it doesn't look like it's actually going to work out over here, guys. But on the good side of the money area, or whatever this other good opportunity is that you're talking about over here, this is the fruits of the labor and the rewards. Yeah. Feels more like your career is really taking off and you're really doing good on that area. Within the area for themselves, it's all about their self-confidence. They're controlling the way that they have respect for you, the way that they're acting selfish towards you, and their insecurities. So, which is kind of sad too in its own way. And Queen of Wands, again, talking about that fire sign. So Spirit really wants us to understand that whoever we're talking about, the energy of fire is really coming through. Does not mean your person has to be a fire sign. It's just that's the energy I'm really picking up. And definitely talking about, yes, this is where their insecurities are really taking place. There's definitely jealousy involved in the situation as well for some of you. But definitely feeling like, they're done. Yeah. Yeah. Destructive behavior. Not giving the second chance with the Judgment upside down, not wanting to give the second chance. There's a destructive piece to this relationship, in which they're just continually just destroying the relationship, not giving it a chance at all. If anything, I also feel like they want to be in control of the situation. And we have avoidance and fear over here. And also a little bit of fear of the loss, maybe within yourself as well, because you're trying to hold on to it so tightly for some of you. And remember, it could be vice versa. But this is definitely talking about the change of the loss and, the fear of the loss of I didn't really want to do that, right? I try to avoid this as much as possible. But it's just not working, so I have to walk away. So it does feel like them or you are definitely going to walk away because they just do not have it within themselves to have the clarity and the understanding. And Ace of Swords upside down. They've claimed their own judgment. They've made their own choice. So where you have the choices and decisions, they also have choices and decisions as well, and they chose. not to take the second chance. They choose to walk away. They choose to allow this to, break apart. Like I said, or it could be you. But it's definitely coming on the fire sign, so I'm saying it's them. Some of you might even be dealing with an air sign too, Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius as well. I got a lot of air up here as well. So, okay. So, it's almost like, so what are you going to do next? Right? It's like, what am I going to do next? You're going to become a little more ambitious and kind of go after the own things that you really want to do. You're going to have your own kind of truth and clarity to the situation, try to get yourself balanced. You have a lot of hard work and productivity, but we already seen that because your hard work and what you're doing within your career area or whatever your hobby is or whatever that other area is that's so wonderful, is actually going to take over your routine. So if you're into hobbies or anything like that, you will be returning back to your hobbies, for sure. Definitely going to be returning back to hobbies, but also putting in the extra productivity within the job as well. Oh yeah, and this will actually bring in the turning point to the change, um, which is going to make, it's going to feel like you are going to have a little more good luck after all of this actually comes to the end, because carrying the burdens around right now is just burning you out and keeping you overstressed. So they're definitely going to have a more of a celebration. Your friends are going to come in. You're going to return back to your friends. A lot of you, I don't think that you've been around your friends a little bit, hermiting out. So now you can feel like you can return back to your friendships. If you have inner circles that you usually hang out with, that you haven't hung out with for a while, you will feel like there is this huge celebration of a kind of a coming back. Kind of feeling. Your creativity will be very high, and definitely this is where the endings for new beginnings is definitely going to come in with the death card. So, and it does feel like this is definitely some kind of transition that you are taking, and it does feel like for sure you will return back to your friends. um, and there's going to be kind of this big kind of homecoming, um, kind of celebration. You might even have it over here. You might have already returned back to your friends over here with this homecoming type of scenario. Like you started hanging out with your friends a little bit more for some of you, even though you're still kind of down and out. Maybe talking more to your friends, returning back to your hobby, something like this. But then over here, it's like the big boom, um, where you're really interactive, more interactive, within a friendship zone or some kind of circle of friends. So, if you played cards on the weekends or something, you'll be returning back to those cards. Maybe you're just hanging out with one kind of friend over here or something, but now all of a sudden it just feels like you have this kind of group around you. Okay, so shoot, who knows? Maybe they've been holding you back from your family. Maybe this is some kind of family reunion type of thing as well. Maybe they didn't like the in-laws holding you back. Something of this nature where it felt like they were kind of holding you back from something and now you can return. So, okay. And that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.